From Fox 55 Sports, this is The Locker Room.
So with that, I say good evening, everyone. Welcome inside the locker room. My name is Justin Prince. Thanks so much for joining me on this beautiful Friday night. We've got a lot in store for you tonight. Comets return home. We've got some college hoops, but as always, we begin with high school football. And today officially kicks off trophy season here in the Hoosier State. Sectional finals got going tonight, and from this week forward, you're playing for a trophy every single Friday night. And forget the game of the week. Hey, this week's Locker Room Game of the Week could very well be the game of the year here in the area. For the second consecutive season, Eastside and Lures squaring off with a sectional crown on the line. It's a top 5 showdown on the south side tonight. 2A number 2, Bishop Lures hosting 2A number 4 Eastside in the Locker Room's game of the week. Lures got the better of this matchup a year ago. Knights come into this one 10-1, averaging 44 points a game. Blazers 11-0, averaging just under 40 a contest. And first drive of the game, Lures looking good early, marching right down the field. Carson Clark to Jordan Givens for the third down conversion, but that drive would stall. Lures forced to kick a field goal, and Roel Pineda is pure from 37 yards out. Knights take a 3-0 lead. Ensuing touch, though, for the Blazers, and they respond. Laban Davis calls his own number, and that's usually a good thing for the boys from Butler. Gets down inside the 5-yard line. Very next play, you're going to see him give the ball to Dax Holman, and look at this man run, just dragging dudes with him across the goal line. That's an Eastside touchdown. They're up 7-3, and they weren't done there. Second quarter, knocking on the door again. Davis keeps it himself, gets in through a cloud of defenders. It's 14-3 Eastside. Knights trying to answer before half. Clark gonna hook up with Antoine Lake for the first down deep inside Eastside territory on fourth down, but later in the drive, another fourth down opportunity, and the Blazer defense holds. Clark looking for the touchdown, overthrows Jaden Hill in the back of the end zone. Eastside takes a 14-3 lead to recess. They'd get the ball to start the second, and they'd march right back down the field. Davis hooks up with Gavin Wallace over the middle for the big gain. Just a few plays later, Davis again calling his own number. Going to get in from a couple yards out. Again, his second score of the ball game makes it a 21-3 game. This thing was really over from that point. Lures would make things interesting late, but it was way too little, way too late. Eastside sectional chance for the second time in 3 years. They win 21-16. On to Class 3A over in Peru. Number 8 Norwell taking on the Bengals for a sectional 27 title tonight. First quarter, just about halfway into this one, Knights get themselves on the board. Leighton Bailey hooks up with Cohen Bailey on the screen, and Cohen does the rest. Norwell takes a 7-0 lead, but they weren't done there. Second quarter, same score. Leighton back to pass again, finds a wide open Cade Shelton in the end zone for 6 more. Knights are rolling. They're up 14-0, but wait, there's more. Just before half, Bailey decides, hey, I want in on the fun. Takes this one in himself, gets in from a couple yards out. Norwell takes a 21-0 lead into half. They hang on for their first sectional title since 2014, 24-13 your final from Peru.
From the kickoff.
All right, we move on to Class 4A. Leo visiting Northridge for the Sectional 19 championship. Late in the fourth quarter, Leo down 1. Jackson Barber back to pass, finds Caden Miller, dodges a couple defenders, gets in for the score. Leo goes for 2, gets it, so they take a touchdown lead, but Northridge would answer. Force overtime, Leo scores, but the extra point no good, so this time, Tag Gott calls his own number, gets in for the touchdown. They tie the game, and then this extra point here from Northridge wins it. Leo's season comes to an end. They fall for the first time this year, 27-26, your final in overtime. All right, staying in Class 4A, down to Gas City, Sinawa hosting Wayne in the Sectional 20 championship. First drive of the game, Nolan Quaderer puts one up, but it's picked off by Jacob Sharon for the Generals. The freshman, right place, right time, but nothing coming of that Generals drive. Indians get it back, and this time they do something with it. Carson Campbell gets the handoff, finds the gap, and he is off to the races. Indians take a 7-0 lead after the extra point. Next drive for Wayne, they're looking to answer right back. Sean Collins gets the handoff, and he too is gone. There he goes. Wayne gonna miss the extra point, so it's 7-6 Indians, and unfortunately for the Generals, that's gonna be their only touchdown of the entire game. Later on, Campbell again for Sinawa. This time, that's a short touchdown. Ole Miss led 35-6 at half, and they go on to win this one 42-6. Your final, they're going to see Northridge next week. We bump up to Class 5A, Sectional 11 title game at Dwenger. Saints hosting Snyder. Pick it up in the first quarter, no score until Luke Hoppert going to hook up with Kamari Juarez. He breaks a tackle right there, and he's off to the races, not going to be caught. That's a Snyder touchdown, and they take a 6-point lead after the missed extra point. Saints quick to respond, though. Ensuing touch, give goes to KJ Tippmann. He's in from a couple yards out. Dwenger takes a 7-6 lead. Same score in the second now. Snyder with possession. Hoppert looking deep, and he finds Juarez again, just burning the Dwenger D for the second time. Panthers take a 12-7 lead, but once again, Dwenger would answer. Tippmann. Another give, just stiff-arming dudes to the turf on his way to another touchdown. Saints go back on top, 14-12, and they weren't done just before half. Bodie Dickerson finds Rocco Sioka in the back of the end zone. Nice little toe tap here from Mr. Sioka. That's a Dwenger touchdown. They take a 21-12 lead to half, and they would run away with things from there. Saints win the sectional 42-20, the final. All right, to Class 6A we go. Sectional 2 final between Carroll and Warsaw. Chargers get the ball first, and hey, you know what's a good way to start a sectional final? How about a house call? Chargers average 42 points a game, and sophomore Braden Steele gets the party started early. Breaks a couple tackles, takes it up the sideline, breaks one more, and there he goes, folks. First play of the game, Chargers take a 7-0 lead. Warsaw gets the ball back, but they cough it up quickly. Carroll on its own side forces the fumble. And then they start the drive with a couple of nice plays here from Jeff Becker. You know, usually a pretty good thing on that one. 4th and goal, he punches it in. Chargers fumble the extra point snap, so it's 13-0. And then in the second, Chargers just continuing to roll. This time Becker on 2nd and goal takes the snap. Finds A.J. Lazoff in the back of the end zone. Chargers up 22-0 with 7 left in the second quarter. And they go on to win this one 36-0. The final. Chargers are sectional champs. Head down to Monroe. Adams Central taking on Triton in the sectional final. And the Jets just, yeah, they're so good, man. It's not even fair. First play on offense, that's Blake Hirely finding a hole. 52 yards later, he's got a house call. And it's 7-0 AC. But they still, they were not done. After a Triton field goal, AC's first play of the next drive, Nick Neuenschwander, fellow Packer fan, fellow Cheesehead, finds the end zone like a good Cheesehead would. 54-yard touchdown. Jets weren't low on fuel just yet either. They have a punt return touchdown called back, so instead of the finding the end zone there. They're going to find it here. Ryan Black calls his own number this time. 75 yards to the residents. Right past Drew Fry there with the camera. AC scores on every offensive play of the first quarter. Jets take a 35-3 lead to half. They don't let up from there. AC wins 49-3. They are sectional champs. Staying in 1A, sectional 43 title game down in Union City. South Adams making the trek to take on the Indians. Late first quarter, no score in this one. Aiden Warner back to pass, finds Trey Schock. The little curl route. Schock gets in for the score. It's 7-0 Stars. Early second quarter, South Adams gets the ball back, and they go right back down the field, and that's Maverick Somerset capping it off with a short touchdown run. It's 14-0, and then just before half, Warner all day to throw, and he's got a man deep. That's Schock. No one within a country mile of the man. He's in untouched for the touchdown. Stars take a 21-0 lead to half. They cruise in this one, 41-7 the final. They're sectional champs again. They're going to see Adams Central in regionals next week. All right, so it's that time of the night, play of the night, and we're going to go right back to Monroe. Ryan Black, folks. This is just unfair if you're this Adams Central team. So many weapons. Nick Neuenschwander, Blake Hirely, Ryan Black. The list just goes on and on and on. That's a 75-yard touchdown for Mr. Black. Gives AC a 21-3 lead in the first quarter. That was their third offensive play of the game. Third offensive TD of the game. Yeah, AC that good. They roll. They are sectional champs. Congrats to the Jets.